Hey, alumni friends, welcome to another NHCC Alumni Coffee Break. It's a time for us to celebrate alums every single Tuesday right here on the Alumni Facebook page. And today I welcome to the stage Jocelyn Hernandez-Swanson. Jocelyn, I salute you, my friend.
Yes.
Boom, your coffee mug, and you got yours full. Mine's empty, but I had my coffee earlier, so.
Good.
And I've really enjoyed our chat off camera. You are just a really dynamic, joyful person, and
Thank you.
you seem so passionate about things, and I love that. So I wanted to lead with that and compliment you on your joyfulness.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And you were sharing with me that you came to North Hennepin as a PSEO student when you were only 16, and that North Hennepin pretty much laid the foundation for your life. How
Mhm.
huge is that?
It's a big deal. I
Yeah,
am a big North Hennepin fan for sure.
that's
Yeah.
wonderful. And
Mhm.
so, just walk us through it. You were a PSEO student, and you mentioned the diversity office as being pretty formative for you, but
Yeah.
tell us your story.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started at North Hennepin when I was 16, turning 17 in the fall of 2014, I believe. I came from Cooper High School. I grew up in New Hope. So North Hennepin was really close. And it was, to me, a big deal at the time, being a high school student, going to college. And also as a DACA recipient, it was a big deal to be able to do PSEO and save that money to continue my college career afterwards. So I was planning to do my 2-year degree, finish high school, and go on to another college. So going to North Hennepin was always part of the plan, luckily. So yeah, I started there in 2014. And I actually met Michael Burchard, who was the chief diversity officer at the time, I think towards the end of that first semester. And so I went to I think the Latino Success Initiative meeting, which for me was a huge deal, right? Like having that representation in school, I was like, this is so awesome. I'm in college, I'm in lectures, and now there's a Latino group on campus. And from that first meeting, I got connected with so many different people at the college and then also in the community of Brooklyn Park, and also a bunch of friendships. And so that kind of launched my life in many ways. I actually got my first job in the diversity office. Michael Burchard was able to fight to get me some institutional funding for my job because I was a DACA recipient and didn't get the federal funding. And so that was really awesome to have that kind of support. So I got my first job there, and then I actually applied to different grants, different scholarships to help me continue my kind of career development at that very young age. So I really would say that all of my jobs kind of built off of that first experience in the diversity office. Um, and yeah, it was super fun being there. It really is some of the best years of my life. The friendships that I've built and the network that I've built as well has been just fundamental to every job after that. I worked at the city of Brooklyn Park, the Met Council, the city of Minneapolis, and then now I'm at the University of Minnesota Extension as a leadership and civic engagement educator. And those experiences and networks from North Hennepin are what built my resume to get me to this point. So I'm super thankful, and the friendships, obviously, I'm very appreciative of all that as well. So North Hennepin has been pretty cool for me.
That's amazing. I
Mhm.
love that story. I have to
Mhm.
share with you that you mentioned DACA, and we have now a number of donors that are supporting DACA students. We just made a big push on that.
Mhm.
I have one donor that wants to set up strictly a DACA scholarship. I know.
Yay!
So you
That's
probably
so
were,
good to hear.
yes, you were probably fundamental in that in some ways,
Mhm.
blazing the trail, Jocelyn. So
I'm glad.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah, I just had to share
Mhm.
that with you. Fun stuff. And you
Mhm.
were telling me about just the nostalgia that you have for the campus and
Yeah.
share some favorite memories.
Oh my goodness. I remember the coffee shop, specifically, I think it's the CBT entrance by the but there's a help desk there. I don't know if it's still there, but that coffee shop right there, getting a coffee and a donut every morning
Yes.
was also one of the best things ever. And then I missed the free parking, the huge parking lot.
Yes.
Can never take that for granted because you never get such you never get such a beautiful parking lot ever again. So that is another nostalgic thing.
Yes.
Getting coffee, being able to see people. I think at North Hennepin, one of the best things is that you meet people and you get to greet them in the hallway like every day. You have a set of people, whether it be professor, staff, or just other students, and you get to say hi to them and recognize faces. It's one of those things that you don't necessarily get in other colleges. So
Yes.
that's another nostalgic thing. And I think all the birthday parties that we would have in the diversity and equity office, I think diversity and equity center now, that was also really fun. Being able to celebrate with other students and having a space where you can come in between classes, ask other students questions, get advice, get homework help, even get guidance on which teacher to take or which class or things like that. It kind of acted as our go-to place for resources at North Hennepin. So I think those are probably some of my biggest nostalgic moments and things that I really do miss, having those friendly faces around.
Absolutely. It's
Mhm.
something that you've underscored that I hear in a number of these interviews, the sense of community that
Yes.
North Hennepin is, just a mutual respect for everyone and just a camaraderie. And it just instills a really positive culture for students
Mhm.
because faculty and staff are so incredibly supportive. And
Exactly.
yeah, another thing I've heard is that, students are lifted up in those environments. And I think
Yeah.
it underscored that really, really well. All of the opportunities,
Yeah.
as you came in and you got these positions,
Yeah.
set the stage for where you're at now. And you've carried that joy, I could tell, to these
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
very well put. I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
So you definitely, Jocelyn, have to check in with us again from time to time.
Yes, of
Please
course.
let us know how the U of M extension is going and your work
Mhm.
in civic engagement. As you know, or maybe you might have heard, the campus has gone toward a workforce innovation and experiential learning center now.
Oh, cool.
Actual department now focused on internships, getting job shadows in place. We have a really
Yes.
robust alumni mentoring program
Mhm.
that Maria Vitone runs. So there's lots of cool things. So hopefully we can have you back, maybe in those capacities.
I'd love that. That sounds awesome. I'm excited about that.
Oh, good. Well, I'll definitely send you some information. And audience, if you're interested in any of the things that we ever talk about in the coffee break, all you have to do is drop a line. Jocelyn, I can't thank you enough for being here
Oh,
today on
thank
this interview.
you.
What a great interview. And definitely check in with us again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And friends, every week, tune in on Tuesday for the NHCC Alumni Coffee Break. It's Troy, the Alumni Guy, signing off along with Jocelyn. You guys have a great rest of your day.